Hi, this is Debbie from Londonderry, New Hampshire with Being Happy Stamping with Debbie. Today we're going to work on 3 floral cards showing 3 different techniques using them. I know everything is backwards. I haven't figured that part out yet. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. I have an Android phone, so if anybody knows how to do it, let me know. Hi, Sarah. So I'm going to turn you down now so that you can see the cards I'm working on. Get this done. Okay. Let's see how that is. Looks like I need to push everything up. Oh no, I have the card in the thing. So this is the first card we're going to work on. For those of you that love sunflowers, I'll turn it this way so you can see it. It was a very easy card to make. I actually made it so that it opens this way. I didn't stamp anything in the center. I like to leave the centers empty until I decide what I'm going to make with them. So that way you cut it going 4.5 by, with your 8.5 by 11 sheet paper, you're going to cut it 4.5 by 11 and score it at 5 by 5.5 is how you get that cut. See, it's a half a sheet of paper. It says you always get 2 cards from 1 sheet of paper. So what's special about this card, I used the ornate frame dies, and you want a piece that's about 5 by 3.5. I'm going to put the card over here now. The frame that's about 5 by 3.5. And then the insides I cut at 5.25 by 4 inches. And I usually use about a 6-inch piece of ribbon. But what's special on this card I wanted to show you is, I need to get the stamps out, I forgot that. We're using the Jar of Flowers, which is in the annual catalog. I know our mini catalog went live yesterday, but the other 2 are from that. I just wanted to make, I have someone special that loves sunflowers, so I wanted, she has a birthday coming up, and I wanted to make some sunflowers for her birthday card. I thought I had everything ready. I was just waiting around for time, and I could have been doing this. Okay. I have another stamp. I have my other flower stamp on the block I need, but it doesn't matter. So before I stamp the so that you don't get the stem showing when you stamp the leaves on the flowers, you're going to stamp the you're going to stamp twice here. First, you're going to stamp using the Memento ink, and I do have the stamping pad underneath my surface here. but it wasn't quite big enough to fit in the whole thing. So some of that didn't come out in the center. I could tell that it wasn't going to. And what I found is just using a gray instead of black, you can just draw the lines in. And that's the Stampin' Right marker. You need to buy the package of, I still need this. So you have that part stamped. Now this here is called it's just like Post-it notes. It's Post-it tape. So you can use a Post-it note or the Post-it tape. It doesn't matter. And you're going to stamp again. This is going to be called masking. You want to mask. Oops, I've got it upside down. Because you just want a little bit on the bottom where the little flower is. So you just need to put a little on that. Now I can color. I can wipe off my stamp. And you see how the border goes around. It's not straight across. So if I tried to put these leaves that are straight across, they're very straight across, they would either leave a space or they would go right into the flowers and they would show. So with the Post-it tape, you're just going to trim along. And you don't have to be too fussy here because it's just the stems. So I'm not going into the points. I'm just going around them a little bit. And then I'm going to place that right over the top. I'm supposed to be working upside down. I forget that. Right. Let me flip my card over because I did stamp it upside down as well. I have all three, not five, couldn't do five. I have all three cards laid out here, so it's a little, I'm wanting for a little bit of room. So you just want to get that image stamped on there. And I have to push down really hard because I have arthritis in my hands. That's why it doesn't always get the stamp. And I should be using the Stamparatus, which is a great tool, and I do use it a lot. It's just, I didn't think I needed it with these because I was only doing this one stamp. This is the only one I have to stamp. The others I've already stamped ahead of time. So then you're just going to take your piece of Post-it paper or Post-it note, and you're going to place it right over your image, lining it up there. And sorry, I need just to turn it to line it up. been really busy making a lot of cards. We have to go switch over our cards from Christmas at the shop to Valentine's Day. And so the three of us have been making a lot of cards. Just seems like you don't have enough time. The holidays go by so quickly. You want them to hurry up and come, and they come, and then it seems like, oh, wait, we got to make cards. We thought we had a vacation, but our vacation was spent rushing around making cards. But we love to do it, so my daughter's made like 6 of them already. 6 different sets of 6. So that's 36 cards. So there you go. And then you're just going to take your Stampin' Seal, which I had out somewhere here on the table already this morning. I shouldn't have such a big table. That's probably my problem, because I'm not seeing it. Oh, it's right next to me. And it is the Stampin' Seal. And you just go into, get it going here. And you see I have a silicone mat. I like this. I love the silicone mats. I probably have about 6 or 7 of them for my classes. And again, the stamp mat that's underneath for the photopolymer stamp sets. You really need those as well to get a good stamp. And then you want to make sure that you don't cover up your little circle, the little stitch marks on here. And I'm not going to color it because that takes a long time. I do a bunny ear bow because it's the quickest way to do a bow, but I can tie bows. I used to do a lot of bows for little girls, little hair bows for girls and adults. So I do have bow makers to help some of my customers during classes if they have a hard time with making a bow. But a bunny ear bow works just as well. And you just put that on with a glue dot. And I use stamping blends to color in this card. And again, the center goes in the inside for the sentiment. And mine was a happy birthday card that I made. So, and you didn't need an extra piece of paper on this outside. I put it up on dimensionals, if you could see the dimension of it. And I liked how the Mary Mallow and the Mary Mallow matched. So that's card number 1. Card number 2 is my favorite because it's purple and blue, my favorite colors. And I set the cover of the thing, the memento down on, so it got a little mark on it. So this one takes a lot of glue dots, is the basic. The card, not the card, the stamp set for the Hydrangea Haven and the dies is the Hydrangea Haven. And then my dies I always put inside on a magnet. I used this stamp set here, but I only used the bottom half of it to cut out the leaves and stem. And then I used this stamp set here, this die here, and then this die that cuts the individual little buds. So, and then a lot of glue dots. And I drew in the stems on the leaves, the leaf little veins. So to make that card, let's go the traditional way. So you'd cut your paper 8.5 by 5.5 and score it 4 1/4. Here's all my little buds that are going to stay in there. In the winter, we have a lot of static electricity. I should have put them in a paper envelope instead of these clear ones. But I cut out the blue, the purple. This is actually similar to the card that they have in the catalog. It's not exact. We call it casing. And my maiden name happens to be Case, so I'm always joking about casing. So for this card, I used the technique that I wanted to show you. Well, there's two techniques I actually did here. This does have, like, it cuts the flowers, so you could just bend up the buds if you wanted. But I just added some dimensionals on the back. I hope I'm still in screen, yeah. I have to check every now and then because I can't see the camera's upside, the phone is upside down, so. And let me just pull my greens out over here. These are the Stampin' Right markers. And Old Olive and Old Olive. Good, I got the right greens. So what I did is really quick. Just let me take that envelope that I ruined. Oh, I'll just pull this piece of paper in. It's on, because normally I would be working on this paper. All I did was take the side of the, this is the light, I hope. Yes. I took the side just to color it. That way you're not ruining your tip, and it's giving you different shading. And I only did that on the leaves. And then I took the darker Old Olive, which now they come in the sets, which I always bought them together anyway, so. And you can just draw your little veins on them. It's very easy. I mean, it's might not seem easy to you, but it's stuff we did in elementary school, so just bring your elementary mind back. Don't have to be fussy because no one's going to be really looking at the stems and the leaves that up much. Just draw a nice stem because it's the overall card they're going to be looking at. I'll put that over there. And I took glue. And you don't need a lot, so you want to make a fine little glue and then scribble a little on the leaves. And you just place it, probably out of focus here again, out of the, and you're going to put your flower right on top, which I love this paper to begin with, so that's a pretty card right there. But to bring it one step higher, you're going to, I don't know if I have my, yes, I do have ribbon. You're going to make your little bunny ear bow, and it looks like I cut this one a little small because it's a thicker ribbon too. So it might be difficult to get in there. Yeah, I'm going to cut a bigger ribbon on that. Usually I like to leave the ribbon on the spool, and I just will go and tie the ribbon right from the spool so it's less waste. But if I'm making kits for class, I have to cut them, so I'll remember on this ribbon, it's a wider ribbon, so I have to be more generous on what I give them. I'll probably give them an 8-inch piece if I was doing this card. And then you just hold the dot, the knot, not the dot. And you pull. You just keep pulling till you get the size bow you like. And then you take your scissors and you cut it at an angle. You always want to cut your ribbon at an angle because that stops the fraying as much as possible. If you really want to stop the fraying, but you can't do it on this organdy ribbon. But if you have the other type of ribbons, you can burn the edges with a candle or with a lighter if you're very careful. Just hold it away from it and just the heat will seal the edges for you. That's what I did when I was making the all the hair bows. And you put your little ribbon down. Now the trick comes in with, all you need is a rounded, this is a little squared but rounded, and you're going to pick up one and use your palm of your hand. You're going to cup it, and you just take a little bit of round, and you're just going to give it a little bit of a rolling motion in there, and it makes it cupped. And it doesn't have to be that cupped. So the cardstock is a little more difficult. And I didn't use all the pieces. I used all the flower pieces, the printed pieces, except for one, I think. And then I used, I didn't use all the purple and the blue. I actually think there was a little too many on the bottom, but I had 6 on there already, so I'm like, well, you want to go in a pattern that has, to make this go a little quicker, I'm going to go with a more rounded edge that I have from our old. This would be good if you have a pen, and they actually do sell stylists, they're called, that have the rounded edges. They have like a little ball edge. I'm not sure if Stampin' Up! Has it yet or not, because the Take Your Pick tool would be perfect to have that as one of the options. See, it just makes it deeper and saves my hand a little bit. And these you can either use your glue to glue them on, or glue dots is what I used. It made it a little quicker. And I don't have anyone to send this card to yet, so I'll do like I did last week. If you share my video, I'll send you the card. I need to get Sarah's out. I haven't sent hers because I was supposed to give it to her. I seen her Saturday. We picked up cards from her, and I forgot to bring it because she got the one that's like a book, and I figured I'd save postage, so. But I'll be seeing her again, so I'll give it to her the next time I see her. And I know she's okay with that. The patterns are very similar. That's on the other side, so I know this side doesn't have pink. So that's why I was looking. So I think I need a couple more purples. What I love about the Stampin' Up! Glue dots is they're easy to use. They come right off. You can use them with these. They'll work very easy for the card, for the and also if you share the post and you do get one of the cards, and they're going to give me your address, you can tell me what you'd like me to stamp on it, if you want a happy birthday or if you want a sympathy. Pretty much anything I have, you know, thinking of you, get well soon, congratulations. So you don't see these a lot on the print. It's print on print, but you do see them. I'm still in camera for, yes. I just think they're so pretty. Hydrangea is one of my favorite flowers. I had a really nice one at my old house, but it was too big. But I moved back home to my parents' house after they passed away, and my mom has some huge pink ones, which this Designer Series paper does have pink hydrangeas in it, and it just reminds me of her. I think they're baby lambs, baby ears, or it's not lamb ears because that's a different plant that she likes or liked. But I must have used some of the other ones for this because I had enough to put one in the center. And like I said, you just randomly place them. And as always, I will always tell you, you want to do everything in odd numbers. Like I'm doing 3 up here. I think I did 5 on that side. That card, I think, just had a little too many. Being a seamstress for 30 years, pounded it into me. Everything, even my sister-in-law owns Revived Furniture in Derry, New Hampshire, in Londonderry, New Hampshire. They moved, so it's in Londonderry now. She does the same thing, decorating in odd numbers because it's visually appealing to the eye. And you'll notice on clothing, you'll always, not necessarily on coats, I've seen 4 buttons on some coats, but most of the time you'll see 3 to 5. And that's because it's more visually appealing. And I want to go 5 on this because it's like they're falling off. Oh, our mail's here today. Yesterday it didn't come till like 8:30 at night. I don't know if the people are sick or the mail is so slow everywhere. But someone made a comment that it's clogged up in Londonderry, and I'm like, why Londonderry? We're just a town. I mean, we're a big town, but you know, it's not over big. I think we have close to 30,000 people, but you know, we're spread out. I don't know if a purple one, I think that'd be too dark in there. So I'll just cut another one and put it on there. And then these I won't even have to cut for the next card. Let's see if there's one in that envelope. So you could have done this part before putting it on the card. I'm trying to be very gentle with these because my problem is, oh, I got my hair in there. Sorry. The problem is that I think I pushed too hard on them. They're so they're so buttery soft. They glide so easy. My daughter could use that other one, and it's like, not me. It's user error. So I love them. I just have to get used to it, and especially with the arthritis in my hands. It's probably why they changed them, because Shelly has arthritis. She probably needed something that would work easier for her too. So the inside, a lot of people just use that to make it start going. So I have a card ready. If you share this video, just let me know that you shared and send me a private message with your address and you'll get a card. And also let me know the occasion you'd like it for, or if you're a stamper and have your own stamps, you can add the occasion when an occasion comes up and you need a card. Okay, I'm going to clean up here a little bit. Move this stuff out of the way because the next one has uses the heat embosser. We're doing one with the gold leafing that's on the front of the catalog from the art studio, the art gallery. So here's the card. And I put the acetate on it. So when you use the acetate, you have to remember there's a there's a clear film on it to protect it from scratching when it's in the package. So you have to peel that off before you use it. And if you don't know what the acetate that I'm talking about is, I'll show you. But this is what the card is. It's not going to look exactly the same because the way the stamping went, the design of series paper went. But they have gold ribbon. In this, I just used a little bit. Slide those pieces off. So you're going to, again, this is an A2 is the size of the card, which is what I make most of the time, is the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And that would make your next size cut that you're going to put on here would be cut at 5 1/4 by 4. But they have an acetate that layers over one of their design, one of the pages of the paper. It actually lines up to the paper exactly. So that's what I chose to use. That's why this one is the top. This was the next cut. Comes in right there. But I thought it would still make a pretty card. So on this one, I've already stamped parts of it and cut it out just to help it move along so we didn't run. Last week, I think we were a little over an hour doing it. So I made this a happy birthday card because I have another birthday coming up in February that I'll need a card for. So I'm going to take this. This is the acetate. And I'm just going to rub my finger along the edge here till I can get it. And you'll see it's on the back side. And that's the film. That just peels right off. Peels off easy. And it really doesn't show. But then you're going to take your adhesive and just go on the top and then on the bottom. And I did a little where the flower would be, just because I like to put a lot of adhesive. I know my business partner Sarah is always telling me I'm using too much. I'm like, well, I don't want the card to fall apart, so I use a lot. Then you just line it up like that. You can see I've got it off a little bit, but it's okay. Not perfect. This is the art studio, so I'm being artistic. Okay, and then I just want to see this one. It's not going to matter where you place the flower. I should have placed my flower up higher on the other one. Because it hid this flower. I was hoping to get it so that you could see both flowers. But it was getting dark in here when I was working. That's my next project, is to get lighting, more lighting in this room. I don't hold craft classes at night, but I have a problem with my eyes that I can't see very well in the dark when things start to get dark. And it's okay if this ribbon frays off a little, because it's, again, the art studio, so you're being more artsy with this card. That's the happy birthday. And then, because this is a glossy edge, and because it's one of my choices of adhesives to use is the glue. Again, very thin layer on you don't need a lot on the stem. I'm just going to glue the stem on. I'll put it down like I did on the other one, because this is your standout piece. Now, I'm going to set that aside. Should have put this in. With the glue, you can push it around a little bit easier than when you use the Stampin' Seal. Gives you a little bit more leeway. So we're going to do the fun gold leafing. which is a whole new process for a lot of us, most of us, stampers. It's new for Stampin' Up! At least. So you're going to use Versamark. You're going to take the detailed die with your stamped die. And then I'm going to take, I don't need my glue dots anymore. You're going to, I like to use, whenever I'm embossing, I like to use a sheet of paper to put the embossing, oh, it's not glitter. What is the name of it? The embossing powder. So you're going to take the Versamark and you're going to line up your die. Again, you don't have to press hard like I do. And instead of using the embossing powder, you're going to use what we call heat emboss, heat and stick powder, because this is going to make the gold leaf stick. So I just cover the whole thing because I'm just going to pour it right back in the bottle. There we go. We got a whole lot right there. I'll just dump it that way. I just take and set that aside. Turn this into a little bit of a funnel. And it puts it all back in. So I have it for the next time. I'm going to remove this, wipe that off later. Take this. And I know it made it really quick. This, again, I'm going to use my heat gun. Just heat it up here. It's not that loud. And these are our tweezers. I'm not sure if we still sell them, but you just need something to hold it so you don't burn your fingers. But you can already see it just turns clear and wet. It looks wet, but it's sticky. And that's it. And so here's I found the static to be the worst part of doing this last night. Again, I'm pulling it back so I can put any extra. You just pull out a piece. And you want to put the pieces where the sticky parts are. Just work them around where it's sticky. There's some big pieces in here, which I like. This is regular gold leafing. So you can do your frames and anything else that you can anything that you can think of that you can gold leaf. You can gold leaf with this. And I've never gold leafed until last night, so that's why I might be a little slower at it than some people. And you just pick little pieces, keep picking little pieces and covering them up. It's a little different look than gold embossing, but my daughter loves to gold leaf. She loves gold leafing on frames and stuff, so she's excited to get into this. She hasn't got into it yet, but we live together and we're both Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. But she also works full-time as a librarian. And while technically the library is not open, they do have curbside service right now, so they are working to supply our community with the books. They just can't do their programs, but they film them instead. Just a little different, a little strange not having customers or patrons, actually, or what they call them. And you just rub it. Not too hard. You don't want to rub it all off where you put it. Actually, do I have my... I wonder if this would work. Probably would work better. Just brushing it off with the paintbrush. Probably a bigger paintbrush. This one's a little one. Because I can see this area here should have some. Yeah, it's not going to stick anywhere there. Last night I just did my fingers on it. But I would suggest doing it with the paintbrush. That's a much easier method. You just would want a little bit bigger one than what I'm using. Because I had too much pressure on my fingers last night. And I took a lot of it off, and you don't want to take off all your work. Almost feels like velvet on there. So now I'm just going to take and put these little pieces back in. think that come out pretty good. And again, you're going to put the glue on the back. Still flaking off a little bit here and there. You just line it up right over the stem. I'm doing this because I'm hoping it's pressing in the gold leafing a little bit more into where it is. Brush that down. And there's that card. I hope it's not glaring too much, but it's very pretty. So if you share your if you share my video so that other people can get my name out there. I'm just beginning to learn Facebook Live, and I'm starting to go on Zoom is my next attempt. And here's my store if you don't have a demonstrator and would like one. We did just start our new book. I can finally show you the inside. I can open up the catalog. All excited. But my store is Debbie with a Y, Donovan.stampinup.net. And if you use the host code EZQQ3RPC for the month of January, I'll send you a gift. Let me see, where is the catalog? So here is the catalog, and it is full of things. I'll be making these cards in a couple weeks. There's Easter. These are the cards we made at on stage at home. We're using that stamp set. This is today's stamping with the gold leafing. That's, I have Just to Say. Could have put that on there. They have Baby Shark. So if you know anybody that loves that song, there's Baby Shark. We have an ice cream set, snail mail, set it up. If you'd like to join Stamping Up, oh, this is the man set. I just absolutely love this. My husband had a suit exactly like that. And then it shows you where all the embellishments are, where all the die cuts are, the paper. There's more paper on this side, the stamp sets, and I'm trying to find the joining page. These are the bundles. You save 10% if you buy the bundles. That's the stamp set and the die, or the stamp set and a punch together. Here's our new cut and emboss machine. I'm still waiting for my order, which was my 3-day shipping order, and I bought the little embossing machine. My next order will be in February. I will be ordering the large cut and emboss machine. But it did have, if you join, it has a special extra paper, so that's what I'm trying to find, and it's not showing it. I have this set. Let's face it, I have 90% of this catalog, like every catalog that comes out I buy. This is the paper we use today. That looks like the joining page, but I thought it was a big spread of paper. If you join, this is paper pumpkin, so I'll show you talk to you about the paper pumpkin first. Paper Pumpkin is our kit in a box. It comes every month. You can pay by the month for $21 or $22 a month, or you can buy a prepaid subscription for 3 months for $63, and that saves you $1 a month. You can do 6 months for $114, or 12 months for $222, and that gives you 1 box free. It is how much you save, and you never know what you're going to get. Usually it's between 8 and 12 cards. It comes with everything you need, a little stamping spot. My now 9-year-old granddaughter loves to put these together with me. So they're really easy to put together. They have the embellishments you need, the adhesives you need. So it's everything in a box. You can do it while you're waiting for your child's sports events, while they're practicing. If you're at a doctor's office, it's small enough to take and just sit there and work on it. But to join, it's $99 to join, and if you join, right now our special is you get a sample of 5 different, I believe it's 5 different. Yeah, that's just bringing me to everything. But you get a package of 5 packages of Stampin' Up, sample Stampin' Up paper. I believe it's every I believe it's the color samples of all the color suites we have. So that's the extra that you don't usually get. So you're actually getting, probably that's an extra $60 right there. And you get another, the kit's usually worth about $125 for your $99. So you're getting about $185 for just $99. And so it's very worth joining. And again, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your creative coach. I'm very generous with my demonstrators. I buy them Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, and at our meetings, our team meetings, I give them the gift to our top seller, a gift for their anniversary for Stamping Up, and seems like there's another gift out there, but I'm always giving my team gifts because I love my team. We're all friends. We've all become really good friends. My best friend was my first team member, and we became best friends. And my daughter was the last one to join, so I'm looking for more team members to support and help and to teach, and I teach them everything. I'm available anytime by email or by telephone. It's easier to do email or on the computer because I can help you on the computer while you're trying to look at what you're trying to do. And if I can't help you, I'll always tell you to go to the demonstrator support, because Stampin' Up has the best demonstrator support that I've ever seen. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was Sarah, Megan, and I, Megan's my daughter, are, if I didn't say that, we're doing a bingo game. And the price actually is $25, not $24.99. And it's going to be held on January 29th. The time is debatable right now on what time it's going to start, because I have a couple people that I'm talking to about time. But the important thing is payment is due on by January 14th. There's no exceptions, because we're going to do the Hydrangea Suite, which is this card here. This is actually the card you will make for my card. So you get to make this card, or I might make a different card, I'm not sure. But you will be making, you'll get all the supplies you need in extra to make. I'm very generous again with the supplies. You'll get a whole sample kit of all 6x6 paper, plus you'll get cardstock in the already cut to card size for you, and you'll get the insides and envelopes. You'll get some the embellishments. They're little pearls, if we can still get them, because the set's really popular. That's why I need the money by the 14th, so I can order it from Stampin' Up and get it shipped here, so that I can ship it out to you and you have it by the 29th. So that link is on my page. It's paid by Eventbrite. And then we have a lot of great prizes to do for that. So it depends on how many people we have, on how many games we have. And Megan and Sarah each are designing a card. So you'll have 3 cards. You'll get the instructions for them as well, written instructions. So if we don't have time to do the cards, we can do more bingos. So that's where the timing comes in. So I go whichever way it works for everybody else. If you want to do more bingo games, I'm up for that. And you want to work on the cards by yourself, that's okay. If you want to work on the cards with us, that's okay as well. And we can do the bingo games in between. And so the next week, what I'm going to do is I want to do is try doing a kit. The kits to me are going to be, because it's an all-inclusive kit, and I have both of these kits, but the kit that I'm going to do is called Hello Dear Friend. And I know I showed it in my pre-order unboxing, but I couldn't show you everything because we couldn't open up the catalog. But this is what the kit looks like. And it has all the pieces in here. This one even comes with a little block. This is what this is similar to what a paper pumpkin is like. You'll get a block when you get your first paper pumpkin kit. You won't get a block with every one, but you will get a little stamping spot like this. And so next week I'll make cards from this kit so that we can see what the kits look like. So let me turn you back up. Oh, I turned it tight. Hi, Patty. Hi, Sue. Bring them to the camera. Let's see. Bring what to the camera? Was it the cards? You needed to see the cards to the camera. Here's the cards. There's one. Here's two. And I'm trying to not get the glare on it. Here's the third one. I hope that worked. And then this is what the kit is. And if you'd like a catalog, just send me your address by private message, and I'll send you out a free catalog. And we also, if you spend $50, because it's celebration right now, if you spend $50, not only do you get a gift from me, you also get to pick out a gift out of the small catalog that I'll send you. It's a little smaller one, and you get either to pick free stamp set or a free paper. So it's perfect time to join for the next, not join, it's also perfect time to join, but it's the perfect time to buy and try out stamping right now, because what's better than earning your free stamp set or free thing of paper? And that's for the next 2 months. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed today's Facebook Live, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.